What's up, guys? Welcome to Domination, the gym where I grind and get strong at. Today I'm going to be sitting, having a look at the fight and seeing pointers. You guys can see how I react. It is one of the first few times I will be watching the fight completely, so it's going to be interesting. Come and join me. Okay, here we go. Fast forward through this walk. To be honest, that's like that whole period. Walking out is probably the most nerve-wracking part. Okay, so there's the face-off. As Boyki knew I was coming for him. Okay, first round, let's check. Old Bobby, I like it when he refs. Old school. Let's see who's tallest, okay. Fuck. Okay, we on. Let's see. So I'm landing the leg kicks now. Very hesitant with the hands. He was taking the leg kicks though, he wasn't too fazed by them in the beginning, I think. But also him coming in all the time is where I get the shoot. Put him up against the cage now. He did well to control my hands. I remember, I kept thinking to myself, like, he's making it very difficult for me to utilize both hands. But eventually secured a good hook. He defended nicely. I think at this point he was very confident because, he defended the initial engagement. He was able to stand up, rotated me, but then he didn't expect this. There's the throw. If he wasn't so tall, I think I would have landed the throw a bit better. I'm not too sure what I could have done differently there. But he got back up quite quickly. I mean, everyone's a champion in the first round. Odd that he was going for my body, considering how short I am. But then now the leg kicks start adding up. I can see, hey, there's the start switch. He didn't like that. Bad shoot. Shot from too far away there. I could feel at this point, this was the second time I had him against the cage. He started getting a little bit tired already from here. So I can see his defense for this one was the underhook, or the overhook. I see the overhook. He worked that overhook hard, but unfortunately, he didn't plan for any trips. Tried to climb the cage. I'm trying to see why I didn't use as much ground and pound. Okay. He was very active with his hands. He made it very difficult for me to get a base. When I take his back here, I think initially I thought Kimura was open, but then he got up. I think I shouldn't have hung like that, maybe flatten him out. This is where I started to get a little bit desperate for that choke. When you're on the back like that, you're so close to finishing the fight. Put in a whole fight camp, and now you got an opportunity to get out of there. You want to take that opportunity, but he did well. They definitely worked rear naked defense only. So what he did is he secured one of the hands with both of his 2-on-1, and he just kept that arm away from his throat. Ooh, there's a nice elbow. Yes, you go, Jesse. See, then it changed a little bit. It's nice to see me not allowing him to just keep me on the cage. Yes. It was close, eh? That elbow. It was a spinning back elbow. I don't think I landed it, but it was close. And then I did a bit of a desperation shot there. I'm not too sure what the thought pattern was. I think I just wanted to get in close, and they might have started getting a little bit fatigued at this point. I see he came with a nice little elbow there. Had to duck properly. Hey. He didn't have much punching power, if I'm being honest. He wasn't accurate. majority of his strikes landed on my guard. So even the body shots, nothing. Yes. Yes, see, this was throwing elbows like he's got knives in his arms. Jeez, like I'm glad I worked that defense. Ooh. Yeah, I think I was very desperate for the takedowns as opposed to being calculated. I think I got a little bit wrestling happy with this one. And I think that ultimately also led to why I got so fatigued at the end of the first. But I landed a good takedown there, I think. Finished the round on top. Okay, so that was round 1. So at the end of round 1, after watching the footage, I would definitely say a 10-8 or a 10-9 round to me, purely based on the fact that I controlled most of that first round. If he had any control, it was probably a couple seconds. He responded nicely in the beginning to my wrestling, but he couldn't stop the takedown, which is what I was going for. Based on my initial game plan, it wasn't exactly how I wanted it to go. I think I did get a bit wrestling desperate, but my thought pattern there, if I can explain it from a more psychological point of view, you've put in all this hard work, such a long camp, and once you get in there, it doesn't necessarily matter. Genuinely, while you're in there, it doesn't matter how you're performing if you start to win. Once you start to see a path to victory and you can finish the fight nice and quick, then that's ultimately what I wanted to do. I wanted to get in there, I wanted to finish the fight, and I wanted it to be done, which is definitely something I can work on. I'd like to, with the next fight, be more concerned about the process, be more concerned about how I get to that finish, instead of just forcing the wrestling, use the hands a little bit more. So I can see how I went wrong there. And also, I think if I did use a bit more of my boxing, a bit more of my striking, I probably wouldn't have been so tired. I could see when I finished the round, I didn't look it, but I literally couldn't close my arms. The forearm pump was on another level. As much as it's difficult to defend wrestling, to execute all the time, I mean, if I counted correctly, there was about 6 takedown attempts, and I landed 4 or 5 of them, where I eventually got him to the floor, and that's a lot of effort. So I am happy with the first round. Landed some good throws, and also the spinning back elbow. I think better body positioning, I definitely would have landed that, and you definitely wouldn't have liked that. The leg kicks I'm very happy about. He didn't answer the leg kicks. He just decided to take them, try step through them and hit. But I kept my guard high, so those punches didn't matter, and the leg kicks did what they were supposed to. He eventually switched stance, and him being more of an orthodox fighter, I took power away from him. So going into the second round, I was very confident. At this point, my mentality was, okay, I am a bit fatigued. I need to get him against the cage again. I need to work the wrestling a little bit more. And initially, I wanted to open up with more boxing, using my hands a bit more. So that was my thought pattern. So let's move on to that one. Okay, second round, here we go. I can already see Teppo is he's breathing very heavy. Very heavy. I think he was feeling a lot like I was feeling. I came out very aggressive. Still don't know how that head kick didn't drop me. Hey, and there's the uppercut. I can still taste that thing. Now this is where the choke was the deepest I had at the whole fight. And you know what, to be honest, I could feel him giving up. Even with a single arm choke in, if it wasn't for his corner, Conrad Siabi, telling him that the choke wasn't in and that he must just stay calm, I think he would have tapped. I think he would have tapped even with a single arm. Yeah. He was very clever. He took his thumbs, he dug them into my glove so that I couldn't actually turn my wrist out of the grip. So he was clever. Whether it's legal or not, I don't care. It's a fight at the end of the day. You can either bitch and moan about it or you just adapt, which is what I did. Him straightening my arm like that, that's what exposed him to the finish. So, as he tries to posture, I pull him down again, and then I could feel his hips moving, and he moved into the armbar. So now what he did, he used his foot or his leg to try take leverage off of the elbow. But what I did is I rotated his arm and I used his leg as a wedge. So I ultimately used his leg to do damage to his arm, and then he let go again, and then he got the leg back over, but he didn't rotate enough. And then he hooked my head, so I built a frame just to make sure that he couldn't get any more leverage. And as I get past the leg, I felt the first pop, and he didn't tap, and then that's when I ripped it. There we go. And then in quick little tap. I know on the video you don't see it, but he did tap. I didn't feel the tap. What I actually felt was the ref grabbing me. And to be honest, I think the ref saw the extension of his arm first before he actually tapped. And that's, I think, Bobby Karajanides, he's quite versed in Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu, and I think he realized that his arm was done. So yeah, there's not much I can say I did wrong in there other than not noticing him switching his stance to southpaw, which is something I should have noticed. His initial stance switch happened because I think he ate another leg kick, and then on the stance switch he just let loose that left high kick, and it was on me engaging with a left hook, but my hand was up, and I think he caught me just at the back of my head with his foot. A rule I have when I get rocked is just keep your eyes open and keep your chin covered, and that's what I did. I made sure I could see him advance towards the cage. So when I put my back on the cage, number one, I could lean on it if I then got rocked again and there was an issue and I still needed to be on my feet. But number two, it would force him to close range because he couldn't angle. He would definitely have come in, which is what he did. And then I level changed and I shot for a double. On the double, I ate the uppercut. But that was minuscule, to be honest. I felt it, I saw it coming, but I was happy to take that if it meant I was going to put him down, which is what happened. Then I rotated and I took his back. I landed the rear naked, but only with a single arm. He defended the opposite arm correctly, and then eventually what led to the armbar was him straightening my arm continuously. He was rotating his hips, straightening my arm, which was exposing his arm. And even though he tried to spin out of it, I think I had the correct position to secure his body where I needed it to be. Him using his legs was clever, but he didn't finish the movement. So yeah, congratulations to him for defending it for so long. But also, I think he's going to be out for a couple months because I felt what happened to his arm, and he's definitely not he's not training for a few months, that's for sure. And at the end of the day, the position I was in, the lactic acid buildup was crazy. I could feel it in my thighs, I could feel it in my arms. So I thought to myself, this is the opportunity, and that's when I ripped the arm. All in all, it was a good fight, but I would say that I really wanted to showcase my striking a little bit more. If I could do anything differently in that fight, I would have used my boxing, more specifically my boxing to get the entries, and then when I was in close range, use more of the in-between stuff I've been practicing. But I do still have a long career ahead of me, so there's a lot for everyone to see, and this just gives me an opportunity in the next fight to do something new, or rather something you guys haven't seen. I think I'm finally finding my stride with regards to my level of competition, with regards to my level of technique, my comfortability in the cage. This is the most active I've been for a few years now, and I would like to get one more in this year. So hopefully in November, EFC can organize me another opponent. And it'd be nice to get a grappler. It's not my job to organize it, but I know styles make fights. But geez, like Oaks, you've given me like fucking 4 strikers, short of Alistair Kunene. I mean, and I wouldn't mind getting that one back. I feel like I owe him a real fight. That wasn't me. Nearly close to my best. But short of Alistair Kunene, I've had 4 strikers. I'm not sure what else you guys want me to prove with my grappling. And not only that, I'd also like to fucking get some bonuses, man. Jeez, like, my last fight was a first round finish. This fight, I mean, what more could you have wanted from a fight? You had head kicks, you had throws, you had spinning elbows. So I think we both put in a show. But I do think my next opponent will be a bit tougher. And whoever EFC give me, I welcome them to the cage. And I know these guys are big, but I'm going to be staying at featherweight. Like I said, my appetite is insatiable, and the featherweight seem to be filling the spot at the moment. Who knows, maybe in the future I go back down to bantamweight, but I would like to give the featherweight title a crack first. I did call out a few guys that EFC know of. I'm going to keep that a surprise. And yeah, you guys just stay tuned to my career. Keep following me. And yeah, let's see how far we can take this. Thank you very much for joining me, guys.